Hey folks, today's show is sponsored by the all-new season of Baskets, premiering Tuesday, January 23rd at 10 p.m. on FX. The critically acclaimed comedy stars Emmy-nominated Zach Galifianakis in dual roles as twin brothers, Chip and Dale Baskets, and Louis Anderson in his Emmy-winning performance as their mother, Christine. You haven't lived until you've seen Louis Anderson playing a mom, folks. Both a slapstick comedy and a family drama, Baskets follows Chip's pursuit of his dream against all odds to be a respected clown. See why the San Francisco Chronicle said it was comic genius. Watch the all-new season of Baskets Tuesdays at 10, starting January 23rd on FX. We're also sponsored by Squarespace. Do you have big plans this year? Well, Squarespace makes it easy to turn your next idea into a unique website. Showcase your work, create content, even sell products and services of all kinds in just a few clicks. You can customize everything from look and feel to settings and products using beautiful templates created by world-class designers. And there's nothing to install, patch, or upgrade ever. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code WTF to save 10% of your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace! Squarespace is Squarespace! They didn't have a tag, so I just improvised the triple Squarespace tag. All right, let's do the show.
Lock the gates!
All right, let's do this. How are you, what the fuckers, what the fuck buddies, what the fuck nicks, what the fucking-nots? What's happening? I'm Marc Maron. This is my podcast, WTF. Welcome to it. I can't imagine it's your first time here. I can't imagine that. But if it is, hi. Just hang out, sit with the rest of the people. Wherever it is that they are, you just hang out with them. Hang out, feel at home, relax, grab something to eat, do your job, do your exercise, drive to work, take the train to work, be on an airplane, be, at home doing cooking, be doing your work in your shop, your design work, your shoemaking work, your metal work. Just hang out with the rest of them if this is your first day. No reason to be shy. Welcome. Welcome to all the newcomers, as they say in the recovery racket. What is happening, folks? Everybody all right? Is everybody all right? Is everyone on that weird balance between internalizing the decline of our republic and actually talking about it? Or have you been so beat up psychically by the decline of the republic on so many levels that there seems to be squeezing any little, crack of hope out of you, just being spackled with despotic garbage? Huh? Are all your cracks of hope spackled with despotic garbage, with despotic sludge, with authoritarian slime that hardens into cynical but very not effective jokes? No. Notice my tone. That was an experiment in tone. I have Derek Waters on the show today, and I like Derek. You might know him from Drunk History. He's also an actor, a sketch guy, but he also was in a very interesting episode of my show, Maron. I've always liked the guy. I didn't really know the guy, but I've always liked his work. He seemed like a sort of I don't know. I just always, he's like Rob Hubel. Like I knew him. I knew he was around. I liked him. I'd worked with him, but I didn't really know him. But I always thought that he'd be fun to talk to, and we had a great time. Bob Seger is going to enjoy this conversation. That's all I'm going to give you. That's the only hint I'm going to give you, is that Bob Seger will enjoy this conversation. Hey, I mentioned before about Squarespace because, support for today's show comes from Squarespace, which is, not unusual here at WTF. And I bet a lot of you have big plans for 2018. You probably made some resolutions, and maybe you just need a little boost to get things going. That's what Squarespace is for, to make sure you don't fritter away all your big ideas before we even get out of January. Squarespace makes it easy to turn your ideas into websites that are as unique and memorable as you are. My buddy Dean just made one. They use world-class designers to create templates so you can choose the best possible look for your site, no matter what you want to use it for. It's all customizable. So whether you want to create a gallery to show off your work or you have a business that sells products and services online, you'll be able to make the perfect site with Squarespace. If you want a good example, you can just head over to WTFpod.com, which is powered by Squarespace. We love our site. It looks great on whatever platform we're using. That's because all Squarespace sites are optimized for mobile devices. It's really easy, folks, to use the Squarespace control panel. It's very easy. We update the site multiple times a week with no trouble. But if you ever have a question, Squarespace's award-winning 24/7 customer support is there to help. A dream is just a great idea that doesn't have a website yet. Make it a reality with Squarespace. Head to squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code WTF to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com, offer code WTF. The future is coming. Make it brighter with Squarespace. Where was that tag in the pre-show bump there? Where was that tag in the pre-show ad? Because I went with Squarespace, Squarespace, Squarespace. By the way, I will be selling this house. It seems as that is where I'm heading with this as of right now. So I'm just putting that out there. There are some people, myself included, on some days that think this is somewhat of a historic location. Lots gone on here. Lots gone down in the garage. A lot of changes and emotional upheavals, both for good and bad, have gone on in the house and in the garage. But I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be available. So if there's any, really, filthy rich people out there that just want to own a piece of history because they're huge fans of the show, you might have your shot. You might have your opportunity. And by the way, I'm getting the floors done right now. There's some staining going on. 100-year-old floors, 100-year-old floors, looking clean as shit right now, just raw. That stain hasn't gone down. It's so weird when I have people working on anything, because I'm paying them to do it. Some part of me thinks I'm doing it myself. It's got nothing to do with the work, but it's sort of like, look what we're doing. I'm not doing anything but appreciating true craftsmen at work. Stains going down today, getting the walls done, painted, getting new plaster here and there. Going to do some painting on the outside. I am going to make this place so nice that I'm going to want to move back in. That's what's going to happen. That's going to be the predicament. Oh, why didn't I do this while I was living here? Now look what it is. Look how nice it is. Maybe I should keep it. This will be my vacation home or my work home. I could make this my office and workplace. I could. Oh, man. See, now there's options. I'd closed the door on options, and now all of a sudden, out of emotional connection, there's options. So what else is happening? Do you want me to read some emails? I could read some emails. Oh, yeah. You heard last week. This doesn't happen too often. Oh, no, this is another one. This says, subject line, can we hold, please? Plane. Can we hold? Holding for the plane. Holding. Are we good? One more second. Okay. So, this subject line, cat scratcher couch. So when our cats scratch the couch, my husband says Marc Maron lets his cats scratch the couch as if it's all good. Thought you should know. We love WTF and cat guys are awesome. Shauna. Yes. It's not my first choice. You know what I mean? There's always a little window of time when you have cats where you're like, I'm going to keep them off this stuff. I'm going to keep them off the furniture. I'm going to squirt them with water. I'm going to put this thing on it, whatever. That goes on for as long as it takes for the cat to do it once. And then and then you're like, shit, what the fuck? And then he does it twice. And then you're like, it's already a little fucked up. And then you just watch them destroy whatever furniture or rugs that you like. It takes time, and you can live with it. I've lived with couches where literally the arm of the couch is almost no longer there on the upholstery level, just gone. And people come over, they're like, fuck, man. And they're surprised as if the cat did that in 2 days. It takes a long time, and you adapt, man. You adapt to your fucking rug being all wadded up and balled up, sometimes stained. You adapt to your couch being just ripped to shreds on one side or both sides. You adapt to them destroying beautiful things relatively quickly. And for some reason, it's a sacrifice worth making. I don't know. At the new house, I got a leather couch, and I'm keeping them out of that room. But sometimes I get in there, and I'm like, this is where it starts. This is where everything nice turns to fucking scratch pads. Just everything nice turns into scratching posts all over the house. Yeah, that was a nice couch. Yeah, that was a nice chair. Yeah, I love that rug when I got it. But now, I guess it's theirs. The little fuckers. But you deal with it. You deal with it. It just becomes futile when you have cats. Futile to maintain anything, furniture-wise or rug-wise that you'd like. Another email. RX Bar Packaging. Hey, Mark, you mentioned you liked the RX Bar Packaging on your last show, and I wanted to inform you that I am the designer who created it. That's all, man. Thanks for making my day. Your fan, Mike. See that? I didn't even know. What did I know? We did an ad for RX Bar, and I do like the packaging. Mike, you did a fine job. Nice layout. Enjoyed it. Good work. So, I've been watching some movies because I got the screeners, and I've got what day is today? Oh, shit, it's Thursday. So, yeah, on Sunday, I'm going to the SAG Awards, and I'm trying, I don't know if I can wear the exact same thing. I think I can. It's not like everyone's photographing me, waiting for me to show off designer merchandise. I'm not a woman in a new dress. I don't need a new dress. Maybe I won't wear the vest, but I might just wear the same thing entirely. Someone told me to get a black shirt and a black tie. This is not important stuff. So the SAG Awards are coming up. We're finishing up Glow. This is the last week of shooting. Monday is the last day of shooting for season 2. And it's been great. It's been fun. It's always sad when a production ends. It's like the end of camp. Although I was more of like the women on the show, obviously, were doing a lot more work together, training and wrestling and everything else. And I would come in occasionally and with my mustache and my bad attitude. So I was more like a camp director. But it's a sad day. So yeah, I watched. What did I watch? Is it Call Me by Your Name? Is that the name of it? It's Call Me by Your Name. Is that the exact title? Because I watched that. What a beautiful, poetic movie. Just a stunning movie. And I gotta say, I think after watching it, I'm probably 4% more gay than I was before. I think I hovered around, 11, 12% gay. And now I'm like 16, 17% gay. And it's gonna stick after watching that movie. But yeah, don't be afraid of it. It's an opening. It's not something scary. You probably need to be a little more gay. There's some dudes out there that could be a little more gay. It would be, it would be nice. Sometimes you need a little balance. Just see what happens to you when you watch that movie, and what exactly are your feelings around the peach scene. No spoilers, but let me know. Let me know how the peach scene works for you in Call Me by Your Name. And the acting was tremendous on all parts. Really, seriously. Molly's Game. Look, I'm reviewing movies, I guess. If you like Aaron Sorkin, and here's the thing, and I think I've talked about this before on the show, with Aaron Sorkin, is that it's not how people talk, but it is very entertaining. And if it's acted properly, it's great. Like the Steve Jobs movie, I loved it. I loved it because it was like, it was like Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn. There was a pace to it. That was almost like 40s. And I've talked about this before. There's a pace to the banter and an intelligence to the banter that is just very compelling and driving. And there are moments, the weaker moments of Aaron Sorkin scripts, or in this movie, which he directed, is where you just all of a sudden you have that beat where you're like, oh, people don't talk like this. And it's a sad moment. And there's only one in this movie, and it doesn't derail the movie. I enjoyed the movie, even though, obviously it's a movie. But if you like that banter and you like the story's a good story. And Jessica Chastain is great. And Idris Elba, is that his name? I can look it up. He's great too. I'd like to think that I got that right. I'd like to think that I said that right, and I'm going to Google it on my phone. Idris Elba. Yeah. I think I got it right. So I can vouch for those two movies. Both of them. Yeah, obviously, one's a poetic sort of coming of age, coming out story. It takes place in Italy. It's a different pace. And the other one is about a woman who ran a gambling racket, and it's got an insanely compelling, lyrical dialogue-driven pace. Very different films, both very entertaining and good. So, Derek Waters, I had a great time talking to him. The 5th season of Drunk History premieres next Tuesday, January 23rd on Comedy Central. This is me and Derek Waters talking primarily about Bob Seger, in my recollection. You know, I've been with this woman I've been seeing for a few years.
How long have you been with her?
Like 3.5.
Okay.
You?
Party of one.
Well, yeah?
Yeah. For a long time.
For a long time?
It's been a long party of one.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it a sad party, Derek? I mean, is it...
Party, is it sad? No, I love this party. It's the only party I've ever known.
Uh-huh.
But,
it gets bigger and smaller, though, but it's still a party of one?
It's still a party of one. I got out of something probably like 4 months ago. That was pretty...
How long was that?
8 months.
Uh-huh.
I usually I do the 6 months to a year and a half's the longest I've ever
really
been with someone. Yeah.
What do you think that's about? I mean, do you question it? Are you like, what's wrong with me? Or like, this is just right?
Oh, I don't think anything's wrong with me. No, you know,
really?
Mark, I don't know.
Come on,
my parents have been married for like 45 years.
Happily?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I mean, you know. Well, this is a good story. I remember my therapist was the one that pointed out, like, oh, your parents don't sleep. You think that your mom and dad don't sleep in the same bed because your father snores. And I was like, yeah, he has a snoring problem. She just like shook her head. Pissed
really?
off, like,
she's like, you naive.
No, they just don't sleep together. But anyway.
A lot of people are doing that now, I hear. That's
really?
the thing. Yeah, I hear like, you know, I mean, it makes sense.
Do you snore?
I don't think I snore badly.
Yeah.
I dated a woman for a while that snored bad.
Who snores greatly?
Well, I mean, well, no, that's right. I mean, greatly in that, like, that is an awesome, greatly disturbing.
Yeah.
Greatly annoying. But she snored really bad, and it's bad because you kind of want to punch them in the head when they're sleeping, which is not a nice thing. So you don't do that. I mean, that's a little violent. I'm ashamed that I said it. Sure. But you try to nudge them, but there's an intensity to the nudge. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I've been on the receiving end of that, and my ex made me get these. Well,
you're a snore person? You snore?
Yeah, and I got these nasal strips.
Right. Did they work?
Yeah.
They do?
But when I did snore, I remember waking up and just like feeling that nudge.
Oh, yeah. The elbow.
Sorry, this is my place. The fuck are you nudging me for?
And that was the last week of that relationship?
Yeah, exactly. No, I don't know. There's something about the nudge that it's just like, I don't know.
I don't know if I've woke up on the receiving end of that, but I've given some nudges.
Yeah. It feels weird. It's like, if you love someone and that's how they're breathing, are you saying you hate how they breathe?
Well, you're saying that, like, can we do something to help this? Can we do something to stop this? Maybe you have sleep apnea. Maybe
I
you're
offered
dying.
Earplugs.
Oh, you offer?
I'm a sweet guy.
You have a drawer full of earplugs?
Yeah.
Hey, honey, just check the drawer. This might be a problem tonight. It might be turbulent. You got a little machine?
Yeah. I have had really bad sleep problems. I used to, I know, I have full conversations in my sleep.
Really?
So whenever anyone spends the night, they're always like, who the fuck were you talking to? I don't know what
full
that
conversations?
Means. Yeah, full conversations.
Yeah.
No, I wake myself up talking.
Really?
Yeah.
Not screaming? I've woken myself up.
Really? Screaming? You scream?
Well, it's weird when you scream in a dream. That no matter what, it seems like no matter what emotion you're experiencing, whether it's joy or terror, the sound you make out loud in the real world is always, and in the dream, you're like, I don't know why it translates that way.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I've woken up like that. I've gotten nudged for that.
And what's your response? What did she say?
Well, she goes, you're having a nightmare. And I'm like, I don't remember my dreams that well. Do you?
I do, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you have a recurring?
No, never had I did as a kid.
Really?
Going
What
up
was
the stairs and somebody grabbing you. But that's like the classic.
It's one of the classics. Closet, stairs,
Yeah.
Woods.
Somebody grabbing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
where'd you grow up, man?
Baltimore.
Baltimore? Was your father in
My dad...
politics?
No, but I love imagining that. Because my dad looks like a very cute Barney Rubble.
Really?
He has his own... it's a tire parts company.
Tire parts?
Tire supplies, like...
Not tires.
Everything to do with tires except for tires.
Very
Wheel
specific.
weights.
Wheels?
Tire valves, no wheels.
Weights and valves.
Yeah, weights,
What else
valves is a distributor. It's a family business that I never got into.
Really?
1926, though. It's gone down 3 generations, and my brother, who's older, will luckily take over. But I used to work there.
It's still a thriving business?
Somehow, man. Yeah.
Does he manufacture these valves and weights?
He distributes, yeah.
He distributes valves and tire weights.
Yeah.
Do they still use tire weights?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Wheel weights.
Wheel weights. The little things that you find on the side of the highway. You're like, what the fuck is that? They're like made out of lead or something?
Yeah.
And they just tack onto the...
Yeah.
I never knew what they did. Do you?
No. They balance. They balance out the wheels, from
wheels.
what I remember.
Yeah.
I used to work in the warehouse shipping stuff and boxing stuff up, and I remember when I used to get real depressed out here, I would call my brother, and he would
say what he's doing. Hey, what are you up to?
He would just put the phone down, and he, God bless him, like he knew I hated what he did, or I couldn't do it.
But you liked him,
and I love him, but I would just listen to the boxes being like taped up, and that was like the best motivation. Be like, all right, it's not that bad here. I'm gonna stay a little longer. Yeah. Oh God, that's my alternative. All right. A couple more cold nights.
That was the only 2 things. It was either show business or.
Yeah, exactly. Wheel weights or make people laugh.
But you worked at the place.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
worked
really
there.
having a hard time picturing because we've only really. It seems like we've only come up with 2 items that they have there. There's a. I'm not judging the business, but I mean, it sounds like that's all they have: valves and tire weights.
Well, they got jacks, anything to do with tires,
and just not the tire or the wheel,
or the wheel or the tires. But everyone will always need tires, Mark.
No, I know that, and I think it's a great business. But doesn't it fascinate you? Like, because I always wonder, it's like who thinks to do that business? Was it your dad's dad, or was it your
dad's great grandfather?
Your great grandfather got into the tire racking.
Yeah. I mean, it was. I think it was originally just a rubber company, just selling different types of rubber that I think have eventually then drifted off from tires. Either way, it wasn't for me.
It's fascinating that I imagine as a person in high school who was living the life you were living, that maybe that would become fascinating to you at some point, given that you did create drunk history, that maybe you would one day in high school get fucked up and wonder about your great-grandfather's rubber business as you know, what got you to where you are. But you just never, there's a big blind spot with people and their families and what they do sometimes. The people they go to work, and you work there and you don't fucking know, really.
Well, wait, what don't I know? But
it seems very vague to me.
Where it started?
That your great-grandfather was just doing different types of rubber for... It seems fascinating to me. This is the dawn of the automotive age.
Yeah.
And like, you know, your grandfather had this great idea that...
It's a great point.
That you know, like, everyone's going to need rubber, everyone's going to need tire parts because this car thing's going to stick.
Yeah.
And he created a business that has legs, man. Generational legs.
I know.
Vision, Derek.
What am I doing? I don't. I got to get Ancestry.com.
You got to get it. You got to figure it out.
I got to talk to my father. I got to pick one of those.
Right. And then it'll be disappointing. It'll no doubt be disappointing because they don't know as much as you think that they should.
But see, I've done that, Mark, where I go back and ask, like, oh, so why did that happen as kids? Like, oh, your grandmother wanted to kill herself. I'm like, all right, well, I don't think I want to hear that story anymore. So I don't really want to. There's certain things.
There's a story there
Oh, your grandmother tried to jump out of the car. Okay, cool. Why was Grandpa gone for a little while? Oh, he was addicted to cough syrup. Okay, cool.
That's it.
I don't need to know. I don't want to go to 1926 if I'm just referencing the 70s here. I don't want to go to like before the Depression.
You got enough. How many brothers and sisters are there?
Just one brother. He's 6 years older.
And he's at the tire place.
He's at the tire place. He's married with three kids.
You have three nieces and nephews?
One niece and two nephews, yeah.
And you're all close?
Yeah, he's my best friend.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That
we
works
talk
out.
all the time.
You do?
Talk to my parents once a week. And, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
But did you always do that, or just when you sort of got successful?
Always. And I don't know. I remember first moving out here and always hearing stories of like, oh man, like, you know, you really can't be funny unless like you had like a fucked up childhood. And I was always in my head like, man, I really like my parents.
Yeah.
And I remember once talking to Bob Odenkirk, and I was like, Bob, is it like, am I ever gonna be funny? Like, so I liked my childhood, you know. And he's like, Derek, just because you liked your childhood doesn't mean it was a good childhood.
That was
very good.
The
That's
Odenkirk spin.
Yeah,
You're not seeing it correctly.
How to make it negative. But it was real. But yeah, I've been very close with my parents since. Yeah.
So you're smoking cigarettes at 16.
Sorry.
You must have been a problematic. It seems like I'm just like
I was stressed.
I got to characterize you as some troubled, drunken mess.
I know, but I didn't drink for a very long time. I was sober all through high school. I liked cigarettes. I don't know why. I guess because who fucking doesn't in high school thinking that it's cool? You know.
How old are you?
38.
Yeah, I'm 54. I would have thought by your generation that shit would have passed.
Yeah.
But no, see, people still locked into the cigarettes at 15.
You think that it... Well, wait, you actually think people like my generation are done smoking? I think it's the next one. It's the one after me.
Oh, okay.
That's like...
You guys are still
cautious.
sort of like, I can still do it.
Yeah, we're still like rebels without a cause.
And the millennial, so you're not a millennial. You're older.
Fuck that.
Easy, man. What's some...
There's a knife here.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't even know what I know what a millennial is.
What, are they born after 2000?
I think so. I think they don't. I always reference, I asked someone if they were dead or if they were alive when Kurt Cobain died. And if someone says no.
What year was that?
96. Yeah.
Were you upset about it?
Yeah.
Leveled. Bad day.
Yeah, I mean, I was young. If it was 90, I think it was 94. I was 15. I remember it was just after John Candy. I remember John Candy and Kurt Cobain were right after each other.
Yeah.
I was born in 79.
79.
Yeah. I'm a child of the 70s.
Wow. Yeah, man.
But yeah, I don't know.
What was the landscape like, man? Because like I was born in 63, so like 73, I'm already 10. You know, and shit is going down everywhere. 73, everything's, unleashed. Mm-hmm. Everything's wild. Mm-hmm. 60s are over, and now people are just acting like lunatics.
Yeah.
Without a purpose.
Yeah.
It was attached to a purpose for a few years. In the 60s. And then in the 70s, no purpose, just good times. And then disco happened, and I witnessed all that. Like, I was there, Derek, in high school when disco was actively being killed and fought.
Wow.
Yeah.
Disco sucks.
That was high school for me. When punk rock came in and the Knack did My Sharona and everybody wore thin ties, things were changing.
Yeah. Were you part of the disco demolition?
I don't know. Like I was sort of towny rock guy, and I had some older dudes I knew at the college. And they turned me on to more progressive weirdo music. Mm-hmm. So the disco stuff never affected. In fact, in junior high, I remember listening to AM radio. But I don't remember specifically disco. I remember David Bowie's Fame. Mm-hmm. I remember Shadow Dancing by Andy Gibb, who died. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is like an episode of your show, and I'm not drunk. I remember... and then I remember Night Moves, Bob Seger.
Bob Seger, sure, man. Great. I lost my virginity to his greatest hits.
You did?
Yeah.
How old was the girl?
Well, I was a junior. So I guess like 16, 15.
Are you both same age, same class?
Yeah.
So you're both...
I just say 16 and move on. Yes, we were in the same... Or she was a year older. I was held back So I was always older than everyone in my class.
So there, see now starting.
Here we go. So there we go. So I got held back as a kid.
What's that about? What happened there? What happened there?
Mom, why did I get held back? Oh, I just thought it would be so cool if you were older than everyone in your class. So I held you and your brother back in preschool, which there was
Your mom did that?
My mom did that.
So it wasn't a disciplinary thing? Your mom just had this weird idea?
Supposedly. But I also had this very strange... I didn't hit 5 foot until I was maybe 15. And I got, tested for this thing, which was at that time... Now I think it's evolved into something else, but it's called growth hormone deficiency.
Wow, those are scary. That's scary when you got to go to the doctor, when your parents are like, is he going to whatever?
Yeah.
Is this going to change?
Right. And I remember them saying you're only going to be 5'1", and that you'll be the same height as Michael J. Fox. And I kind of thought that was cool.
That was the positive. That's how they spun it?
But it's like Michael J. Fox. I'm like...
The doctor told you that?
Yeah, the doctor. She was
trying to make you feel good.
She shows me a picture of... There's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then there's Michael... You're going to be, Michael J. Fox. But, they're like, oh, it's a 2% chance that you'll get cancer. There's a 3% chance that you'll gain 20 pounds. And I think my father's father had just died of cancer, and they were like, we're not giving him any of these hormones. So,
so now you're what, 5?
No, I'm 6'12". No, I'm 5'6".
5'6"?
Yeah, 5'7".
So you did all right.
I did okay.
Yeah.
I did all right. I mean, I got flat feet. I could avoid the draft. It's how my dad avoided Vietnam.
How tall's he?
Sorry. I'm taller than him. He's probably 5'3".
Oh, really? So he's 5'3" and flat feet?
Yeah.
Oh, should have written a song. So this girl that you had sex with for the first time at 16 when you were 5 feet tall? Yeah. Boy, had she had sex before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she knew what she was doing?
Yeah, but the losing my virginity to Bob Seger is a great story, but the reality is I had sex before that.
Yeah.
And it was my parents, God bless them.
Wait,
I was
they there?
allowed to bring girls up in my room as long as I kept the door open.
Oh.
So I learned how to quiet fuck. No. But I remember the girl I lost my virginity to. This is real white trash. I think I was 14. And I remember taking the condom and my mom's like, okay, we got to take her home. And so we're driving her home, and I'm holding because I'm still so scared of anything.
Yeah. Disease-wise?
Oh, yeah. But flushing a condom down the toilet, I was so petrified of, it'll stuff up the toilet. My parents, I grew up in church. You won't have sex until you get married. You know?
Which church?
It was called, and still is, Hunts United Memorial. It's Methodist.
Methodist.
Yes.
Are they hardcore?
No, I would say it's the most laid back.
Not as laid back as Unitarian, but
no,
or the Lutherans. Maybe it goes
or
Unitarian.
Atheists.
Yeah, well, they can be pretty uptight. I found.
No, they are
actually.
They love to tell you what they don't believe in. No, but so anyways, but I remember leaving the house with a Pepsi can with a condom inside of it, knowing I had to figure out where to throw this Pepsi can away, so my parents didn't know I had a condom inside of it.
Yeah. But you had sex with the girl at your house with the door open with your parents there.
Yeah.
And you were all driving the girl home?
Mm-hmm.
And you were sitting there with a condom and a Pepsi can?
Just my mom and me, yeah.
Oh, just your mom and you?
And the girl.
And the girl.
But Dad's at work trying to sell tire parts.
Weights, valves, jacks.
Pepsi that he worked his ass off for.
So then you and the girl just kind of smirking at each other nervously?
Yeah, I think that was...
Do you remember what Bob Seger's song was going? Because I can't imagine...
There was the greatest hits, and I remember it was weird when he covers a Chuck Berry song on that. Well, it was old...
Yeah.
I can't remember. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. Folks, you really can't tell. I remember throwing this is cool that I really have always had safe sex. We had sex with the Bob Seger album and I threw a raspberry red condom that I had just gotten from Spain on a field trip to Spain. And
as a novelty item that you didn't think you were going to use?
Yeah, I was like, hey, we're in Spain.
Let's get a red
condom.
You
got to get a condom at a dispensary. This is cool, man.
Yeah.
Bellissimo. I know, that's Italian.
Yeah.
But,
bueno.
See. So, but I threw a red raspberry condom out in a middle school parking lot, and it really still fucks me up thinking about, like, a kid coming to school the next day with, like, this condom.
Yeah.
We also would have sex, like, in place, like, this church, like, playground. And I remember, like, cops would come to these parties and be like, I'm so tired of finding condoms here. You guys had to stop having sex.
Really?
Baltimore is real boring. All you do is
That's pretty good. I didn't really have. I had sex when I was 17, but I would not call it a successful event.
Well, no, yeah, for one person, and never again with that same person.
No, the one I lost my virginity to.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get good at it until college, really, and even then, not great. It took a long time for me to really get the hang of it.
When do you know you're good at it?
When you can, when you can honestly know that, like, are you good? And they're like, yup. And they're like, all right, then I'm going to go ahead and finish now.
Oh, yeah. Giving, receive. Yeah, withdrawal and
whatever you got to,
Yeah.
I think that good is that you can, I think it's the gauge is how and when, how many times and how often or when do you apologize? You know, like it's based on the apology spectrum. Like if you're like, oh God, sorry, that's not good.
No, sorry during sex is never a good word.
No, but sorry after sex is not great either. If you can limit the apologies.
Yeah.
Because only if they're apologies out of insecurity.
My bad.
I mean, if you've done something that you should apologize for,
sure, yeah,
you should probably go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
At the time,
yes, yeah, in the moment.
Yeah.
I know. I've never apologized after sex.
Oh, that's good. That's good self-esteem.
Yeah, I don't know what my go-to thing is afterwards. I just think you move on, or for me at least.
I got some old Bob Seger Project records.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it? Lovable Loser?
Yeah, it's
God damn.
There were some big records, man, and I'm not ashamed to say that I liked it. Like,
did somebody give you hell on liking Seeger? Maybe like when the Risky Business shit. I won't even think about that song.
No, it was well, Bob Seger was such straight up, American towny rock. When that Night Moves record hit.
Yeah,
he'd been around for a while.
Yeah,
I think it was called Bob Seger Project. There was like 2 or 3 of those records. Was it Bob Seger Project? And then he hit with the solo stuff, and then it just kept happening. But like Night Moves, when that came on, if it was night outside and you were in a car, it's fucked up. Yeah. You're like, oh man, this is great. This is America, man.
I know.
Yeah.
So, man, now I'm thinking about You'll Accompany Me. All his songs you can picture. Like, I don't even ever remember a Bob Seger video, but we have like our own memories about like seeing like those girls that like he made us like imagine.
Well,
and I remember driving out here with my Pontiac Grand Am 96, not to brag, and I called that fucking car the Hollywood Night.
Oh yeah?
I know that's really cheesy, but I was young.
That's actually a pretty good Seger song.
It's a great song.
Yeah. Why can't I find the early Seger I thought it was called Bob Seger Project.
Which one?
Bob Seger System.
Huh.
The Bob Seger System, dude.
I don't know about the Bob Seger System.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, no, that was the Bob Seger System. Mongrel's one of the records. Yeah, man. God, he was around for a long time, and he was like, it was like Detroit kind of shit.
Yeah, he's Kid Rock loves Seger.
Well, how can you not love Seger, really?
Yeah.
But I think Night Moves was that was
your
monster.
favorite. Do you remember, did you have a good memory for Night Moves?
I was sort of a heavy-hearted kid.
Yeah.
So like any sort of like kind of melancholy song, like looking back, and it was looking back at something I don't think had happened for me yet. Like it's also like it's like like Dream On, those songs where you're just sort of like, oh, yeah, it's like heavy-hearted teenage shit.
Yeah, I know. the lines in my face are getting clear. Like, shut up, you're fucking 12.
Yeah. But Seeger was an important part, huh?
Yeah, Seeger. Yeah, I love Seeger. I think, my parents loved. My dad was in a band.
Really?
Yeah, he played drums for a band, and then now he plays for the church band. They don't have a name, but I call him God and Roses.
Come on. He plays for the church band, so they're pretty
he plays
religious.
For the church band. Yeah. That's how I grew up, and yeah.
Do you go to church now?
I do every once in a while. Yeah.
Do you have a church?
I don't have a church, but
you'll go?
Yeah, I like church. I like being with people. I stopped going to like one certain place because, you start doing stuff and everything's a business, no matter how you look at it. And I remember like being in a prayer group.
You remember
and
realizing that?
Like, no, well, realizing like, okay, do you have any prayers this week? Yeah, I would like to pray if I would just really like to get with United Talent Agency. Like, wait, that's my agency. What? We're asking God for something that you're actually asking me to do for you? Like, that's. And I remember a guy saying like, hey, man, we should write a script together. And I was like, hey, just because we believe in the same thing doesn't mean I like you.
At a church?
Yeah.
You said that to the guy?
Yeah, because it's like a business. Like, hey, man, let's write a script together. God bless you. I'll pray for our script. So anyway, I still have faith, and I like God. I like church, but I get scared of
what?
Politics and like getting too close into those worlds where it's like I think faith is your personal journey, and that's up to you. It's like and don't throw it down someone else's thoughts. If like you got somewhere because of where you got, then just be thankful for that. You don't need to like say, well, this is what you need to do.
Right.
That's what I always got scared of.
Right.
Like,
proselytizing people and missionaries.
Yes. Yeah. That's great that worked for you, but that doesn't mean it works for everybody. Just be good.
But you brought up in the church decent people. Mm-hmm. You go in there, you see everybody there, and it's like the families, the community.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob, nice haircut.
Yeah.
How'd your interview go Monday? Great.
You like that?
They're going to let me ship my boxes. I do like that. I like that idea. But then I think about it, and then if I liked that, I wouldn't have left Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because that's all you grow up with. It's just, God bless him, but it's a merry-go-round of just the same song.
Yeah, Bob Seger.
Yeah.
Bob Seger never stops playing.
The night moves. Unfortunately, the days don't.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So you just sort of like birth, life, death, kind of, like you can see it all play out. Mm-hmm. For generations. And you thought like, there's got to be more than that.
There's got to be more than that.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hollywood days.
I remember, cranking that song and
driving across.
Driving across. My brother and I, we rented a U-Haul and towed my Pontiac Grand Am out here.
Your Grand Am, you get that from your dad?
No, I guess my kind of half me, half a grandmother's inheritance.
So you bought that car.
It was a used 96 Grand Am.
But when did you decide? So when you're going to high school, you're putting rubbers in soda cans, you're having sex at the church, smoking cigarettes, worried about your height, a lot of things, but nothing too dramatic. It doesn't. Do you do any theater in high school? Yeah,
I did. I did musicals, but I wanted to be a baseball player. That was my dream. And flat-footed, smoked cigs.
5, whatever.
Yeah, 5.
Did you play high school ball?
I tried to, and I didn't make the team. And so I started umpiring for Little League, which was the most depressing thing. Like, I don't get to be on the team.
Did you do that through the church?
No, it sounds like community service, though.
Yeah.
No, I did it for like $7 an hour. I was getting paid as an umpire.
Pee-wee Little League?
Yeah, Pee-wee Little League. And the kids were bigger than me. It was really fucked up. Because, there's scary people everywhere, but parents of sports kids are the scariest.
They are, dude.
That's their stock market. They're not far from what we see as the cliche showbiz moms and dads here.
Yeah.
Is the parents of athletes are frightening.
Yeah.
And I remember them yelling at me and being very, very mean. But anyway, yeah, so I wanted to be a baseball player, and then I didn't make it to high school, but I was making little movies with my friends in my neighborhood, and then I was like, a dear friend told me to audition for Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah? You played Tevye?
No.
Oh.
Some background guy that they named Thom, I think, to be nice to me.
Did you put a fake beard on and pay us and wear a yarmulke?
No, I'll never wear a yarmulke. I'm just kidding. No, I think I wore a yarmulke. Yeah, and sang Anatevka.
Yeah.
And that was, I loved it, but all my friends kind of made fun of me. But we did they do those trailers. Classic. But we did, Guys and Dolls.
Oh, you did?
And I remember being really nervous. This was the first time I'm playing like a pretty big part. Harry the Horse.
Yeah.
Not to brag. Harry the Horse. I got the horse right here. And, I'm not someone that was like, oh, I'm real popular, but I wasn't a jock. I wasn't a nerd. I was kind of in the middle. But this was the first time I'm be in front of a lot of people. They do those previews in front of the whole school. And I remember being so excited and so nervous. And so we're singing and everyone's like laughing. And like I like clapping when I come out, and it just feels so good, and they can't stop laughing. And I look down, and on my dick is one of those laser pen pointers.
Yeah, yeah. Someone was from the audience was.
Yeah.
Why
these
you?
These are just the beginnings of depression.
Why were you? Why you? Why'd they single you out?
I know. I think it was on everyone's, to be fair, on the guys and dolls' genitalia areas. Yeah.
So there were several people out in the audience with lasers.
Several people. Yeah, the Baltimore. If you weren't fucking in a church, you had a laser pen pointing at people's dicks. But I remember the kid apologized on the announcements, and he said I'm a red light user, and I apologize, for doing this, and just kind of made a joke out of it.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Do you know the kid?
Yeah. Facebook friends. I wrote to him recently and said, every time I see a red laser, I always think of you.
You did not.
I did. I don't hold back.
But you're friends still?
No, I'm not friends with him. On Facebook, sure. Just so I can... Well, yeah.
Once a year, you do the laser?
Once a year, here's the, thinking about you, yeah.
So you were singing? You did some singing?
I did some singing. I was in a band in high school.
You did the old suit? Yeah, you wore the old suit for the Guys and Dolls?
Yeah.
Is that Luck Be a Lady? That's Luck Be a Lady, right?
Luck Be a Lady, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the one
right here.
Yeah.
His name was Paul Revere.
Yeah.
And
so that's where it starts, right?
That's where it starts. And then I got the lead in the next year, which I was George Gibbs in Our Town. Finally, I get to be a lead in a play.
Yeah.
Sorry, the auditorium is going through renovation. Our Town will take place in the cafeteria.
Really?
We did in the cafeteria, yeah. Some town.
Yeah.
This is Our Town.
Not great, huh?
Nights
with those long tables.
Moving. Yeah. The screeching tables. Yeah.
So then you say you sang in a rock band too?
I was in a band, in high school. That was just.
Do you play?
I play guitar for fun, but I'm not good. I love music.
How long did you play gigs?
Yeah, we did a middle school show. Nothing that got us paid.
What
just
songs?
Did
you know a full set? Or
we did a lot of covers and some originals, like "Rockin' in the Free World." I don't think no Seeger, but did country. I was into Garth Brooks. I was really into Garth Brooks.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I know.
Like what song?
Well, then was The River. It's all about dreaming.
Yeah.
And I was real cheesy.
You were into Garth Brooks.
I was into Garth Brooks.
What is this, high school?
Yeah.
Huh.
Pearl Jam, they're still my favorite band.
Really?
Yeah.
You like Pearl Jam?
I do.
I have no problem with Pearl Jam.
Thank you.
There was a big drop off for me though. I know they made a lot of records, but after Versus, I was like, I'm out.
That was it. You only gave them 2 albums.
Well, I mean, I have some of their other records. I don't know any of the songs on them though. I think I have that Neil Young Mirrorball record, and I have that. How are you going to top that first record?
It's one of the best albums ever.
I think so.
The reason why I defend them, well, not even defend, you're not arguing.
No problem with them.
Is seeing them live. Is that they're the best live band I've ever seen. Never play the same set. They write it like the day of. So I don't know why bands don't do that more.
Yeah.
I guess good bands do.
No, I think they're just like a classic hard rock band. Not even hard rock, just a classic rock band.
Yeah.
Like when they first came out, I was like, all right, this is like the new Bad Company.
Yeah.
Here we go.
You thought Pearl Jam was a new Bad Company. God damn, I almost believed you.
No, I did.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they had a little more range in Bad Company, but I thought because Paul Rodgers has, I think, one of the greatest voices ever. And I just felt that the template for having a guy with a unique voice with great pipes that really sounded like, just him.
Yeah.
Vedder doesn't sound like anybody else. Paul Rodgers doesn't sound like anybody else.
Yeah.
And Ready for Love, Can't Get Enough of Your Love, Seagull, You Fly Across the Horizon, Give Me Silver, Blue, and Gold. And then, Johnny Was a Schoolboy.
Oh, it's a great song.
Yeah. I mean, why not? I'm not diminishing Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
It just was my impression when they first came out, but they transcended Bad Company. Okay.
How has there been ever another band that do a song named that's a band name?
Bad Company.
Was that their first song? I mean, they had to come out of the gate with that.
I don't know if that's on the first record. It must be.
It has to be.
Well,
right?
I know, what their big song was? Bam, 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 bam. Will I take whatever I want? Yeah.
And I won't.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then what's the Making Love one?
Feel like making.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hits, huh?
His voice is great. A lot of hits, yeah.
So you get out of high school and you're going to be a star? How's it work?
Yeah. Well, I want to be Al Pacino and Chris Farley. If I could combine those two, I want to act and I want to be funny.
Right.
And anytime I acted, people would laugh. And I think it was because I couldn't act. But
yeah.
I was like, oh.
You were on my show. I thought you did a good job.
We had so much fun. Thank you. That's
you were
very
kind of
nice
menacing,
of you.
right? That was the menacing. You were kind of the scary guy at the
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's friend.
That was so much fun. Yeah.
It was freezing out.
Keir
for some reason.
O'Donnell. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, Keir was
It was
great.
a very Boys Don't Cry.
Right, exactly.
Scene. Yeah.
It was creepy, man.
It was really creepy. That was fun. That was season 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what happened? So you tell your parents, Ma, Pa, I'm getting a Grand Am, and I'm going to play Bob Seger all across this great country?
I'm going to go try this, and I wanted to do Second City, so I went to Chicago for like a couple days, and I went to Toronto for a couple days to try to feel out what the people were like.
Just for 2 days?
Yeah, to decide where to move. And so I decided Toronto because it felt more open to people that were just starting out. So I lived in Toronto for 6 months.
Really?
Studying Second City there. Yeah.
How was that with the Canadians?
19. Oh, I loved it. I loved it so much. It's probably, besides the recent purchase of my bike, the best decision I've ever made.
Pedal bike or motorbike?
Pedal bike.
Oh.
I love it. I hate working out, but man, I love that goddamn bike.
Yeah? You just bought one?
Yeah, I never had a bike.
Yeah, and do you drive it along that bike path near Toluca Lake?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
great.
nice.
Yeah, it's really fun.
What kind of bike?
It's like a mountain bike, but it's like 8 speeds, and I don't know.
Did you buy it from Yelp reviews or recommendations?
No, I walked into a store.
The one in Toluca?
NoHo bike, I think it's called. And
the guy just said, this is what you
he
need.
goes, what would you like? And I said, a bike. And
Yeah.
he's like, what, fat tires, skinny tires? I was like, fat tires. And then he's like, here, ride this one around. And I was like, oh, my God, I felt like a kid again.
Yeah.
I never had a bike. Because you don't want to ride a bike around certain parts here. Fucking, you're an idiot. When I see people, like, riding their bikes, either, like, at night. I have a light, but still, like, when it's nighttime, you can walk.
Yeah.
You can do something. It's not.
Drive a car even.
But people honestly just like, oh, but I'm riding my bike, like, I don't know, that's the shit that pisses me off. Like, are you riding your bike or are you just trying to make us feel bad that we're driving a car?
I get concerned for people doing anything in a road where they're not protected with people texting and driving.
It's petrifying.
I barely like walking on the sidewalk.
Mark, what do you do? Because I've now honked now. I will not as soon as I see someone's head down, I just nail the horn.
Right away. Yeah.
Because that is something that I don't know how, you see all the technology evolving. That, to me, is going to kill us really soon.
Sure. Yeah, it's one of the things.
No one's paying attention.
Yeah, it's not. There are a lot of things going on that might kill more people all at once.
Sure.
But slowly, the texting and the driving is going to pick everybody off somehow.
Anyway.
But all right, so we go back to Toronto.
Toronto.
So you get into Second City.
I took classes, so I was just like learning and like doing stand up and just trying. Yeah.
You did some stand up?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
I'm not doing it anymore. I like funny, but I don't like having to be funny, and I wasn't good. When I came out here, I was doing more open mics out here, and I liked it just as a way of meeting people, but I don't think I was very good at it.
But you came out so you're in Toronto for 6 months. It's nice to be in Canada. It's relieving. It's pleasant.
So relieving. So many nice
Toronto.
people. Loonies, toonies, like the money is really cool. It's safe. I didn't have a car, so I walked everywhere, and it's a beautiful place.
Yeah, I like it. So you're there for 6 months, and you're like, I'm going to Hollywood?
I'm going to Hollywood.
Did you make any connections? Did you meet any people? Are any of the people that you were in Toronto with here now?
Some. Like some teachers are here now, some performers. But yeah, I left.
Were you in a sketch group there?
I wasn't. I was in a sketch group out here. There, I was mostly just doing like comedy, sports, and cheesy stuff like that.
Improv?
Yeah. It wasn't until years later I got into Ha Ha Fresh.
Wow.
That's like that? Baja Fresh.
No, I get it.
I wanted it to be called Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Because I hate improv names. I hate sketch group names.
You were in Ha Ha Fresh?
Yeah, thank you.
But how does it happen? So you go back.
That's Los Angeles. I'm jumping ahead.
Well, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah,
you go back. Do you go back home?
I go back home, work for a little bit
at the store.
Selling
and
also
valves,
cutting
weights.
grass. I was cutting grass.
It sounds like you go back to Maryland and you go back in time.
Yeah,
you were cutting grass.
Yeah, I did landscaping there. Yeah,
by yourself. Or you work for a company.
I worked for a company.
Oh, because you don't know how to do that stuff, right?
No, I mean, kind of.
You just mow. I remember the guy. My neighbor told me when I first was mowing my front yard when I was a kid. I was just kind of randomly doing it, and the guy next door was like, "You got to do rows. You got to cut in rows."
You weren't doing it in rows?
No, I don't know what I was doing. I was just kind of winging it. It's a profound moment.
Yeah,
makes sense.
You gotta do rows.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
What was I fucking doing? No one taught me anything. I don't know what my parents were doing. I was just out there with an electric mower doing circles and shit. Randomly fucking mowing the lawn.
Yeah. I got trained young because my grandparents had like a 10-acre farm, so I would cut that lawn, and that was on a big tractor I had.
This is the guy.
My dad's dad.
The guy who gave your dad the business. The tire supply business.
Mm-hmm.
They have animals?
We had, when I was little, there was a lot, but mostly just this 29-year-old pony. I remember that being so confusing to me. So you think ponies become horses, but they don't. It's a 29-year-old pony.
I never thought, I guess maybe I thought one time, but you really expected that pony?
When I was a kid.
Oh, you just couldn't understand?
Yeah.
But you probably felt like you had something in common with it.
I did. Eon. Yeah, great. Yeah, Eon.
Eon was his name?
Yeah.
Both of you were kind of stuck.
We were very stuck. Yeah. I don't think Eon's with us anymore.
Probably not. I think you could probably find out. You want to make a call?
No. Yeah. Hey, Dad, before I ask you about how the tire business started, is Eon dead or alive? But yeah, cutting grass really did fuck me up because I remember in cutting that farm, I accidentally ran over a patch of rabbits.
Oh,
and
come on.
It fucked me up so bad.
You never recover from that.
Yeah.
I shot a pigeon. I didn't want to, but my friend had a pellet gun.
Oh, but you knew you were going to do it?
He pressured me.
Shoot the pigeon, Mark.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah.
I shot one.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Did he high-five you?
It just broke my heart. Dropped that fucking pigeon.
I know, but what was his sick reaction to it?
Dude. You know.
He's dead.
Yeah.
You got him.
But it didn't seem dead to me, and I had to shoot it again.
What is with kids and doing that shit? I remember fishing with a guy, and he's like, just take the fish and scalp it. And he just stuck the knife. And I was like, I want to throw the fish back. I like fishing. I don't want to eat it. I just like fishing. Mm-hmm. And he just took the knife and stabbed it in the fish.
And threw it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can't, with fishing though, if you hook it too bad, you throw it back in, it's going to be all fucked up.
I know. I'm just floating there.
You get some fucking abscess.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, I was never a hunter, and it hurt me. I had to kill a mouse once at a restaurant. That fucking broke my heart, but it had to happen. It had to happen. I've had to kill some mice in my time.
Wait, what do you mean you had to?
It was stuck on a glue trap at the restaurant I was working on, just sitting there like, then you got to fucking kill it. You can just throw it away. Fucking stuck to a glue trap, still alive. I had to put it out of its misery.
God.
And I had glue traps at the apartment in Astoria, and you got to fucking kill the thing.
It's really fucked up. The place that I just got, I inherited this woman that lived there's turtles and koi fish.
What?
And this koi fish.
You bought the house?
Oh, yeah, I bought the house.
With turtles and koi fish?
Yeah.
It's got a koi pond in the back? Mm-hmm. Okay.
But one of the koi got real sick a couple weeks ago, and...
How long have you been there?
A year.
How'd you fuck up the fish?
I didn't do anything. I feed them well. I have someone clean it. Like I'm good. I'm a good fish owner.
Yeah.
But this fish, they're old. They're very old. And this lady was obsessed with rescue animals. So all of them are like half,
rescue
handicapped.
koi?
Yeah. The rescue koi.
And rescue turtles?
Yeah. Huh. For real. I mean, who knows? That's what she told me. But long story short is that the koi fish was, really fat, really bloated, and then just laid up. And it was just floating on the top of the pond, so I picked it up and put it in the trash can, and then it just started moving. It was still alive, and I was like, oh, my God, what do I do? I didn't know what to do. Do I kill it? It's dying.
Wait it out.
So a friend told me I should put it in a bucket of ice, freeze it.
Is that what you did?
Yeah. What would you do?
I don't know, man.
This is the I don't have a dog. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm fear of... I don't want them to die like that. I don't want to get in a relationship and then watch them like floating like that.
You just got thrown in a bucket of ice.
No, I got too many other things to do.
So, all right. So what happens when you come out here? You drove with your brother. You packed up your shit.
Yeah. And I worked.
But did you have a plan?
I knew I wanted to. Second City was just about to start out here, so I was going to take classes there. That was my plan. But that's it. I was 19.
Nothing. It always fascinates me because we come out here to be in show business,
but we don't know.
Fucking, some people do. Some people set shit up, but that stuff never pans out.
Right.
It's like you just come out here and like, now what? And you're in this sprawling, shitty city.
Yeah.
You're hanging around comedy venues.
Yeah.
So what's up?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you don't, and you think back though, but we didn't think it was crazy though.
I guess not, but like I took 2 stabs at it. It took me a while to kind of really come back out here. Like I got spit out pretty early, and then I went back to New York and started there.
Yeah.
But by the time I came out here, I wanted to make pretty fucking sure that I had something to do.
Huh.
Be out here with nothing to do is the worst.
Yeah. Yeah, when you see all these people with their great lives, and you just
you just see everybody trying. It's like and you're all at that level, and you're all looking at each other like, is it going to be you? Is it going to be me? And you're like, I know it's not going to be that guy, and then that guy becomes the big star.
Yeah, makes no sense. Yeah.
So you didn't take classes then?
I took classes. I was working at Tower Video. And I was like,
that was a job?
Busboy. Yeah, that was a job. And then
back on Sunset when it was
on Sunset, right across from the records was on one side, and the video store was on the other.
Oh yeah.
I loved it. It was really fun, and I don't know. I got to meet cool people, and working in a video store. That seems pretty cliche when you first move out here.
But in that area, like you met people.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, like, Sylvester Stallone. I got Sylvester Stallone American Pie.
Yeah?
Yeah. One, I remember probably the best thing that happened to me there was a guy asked for a movie. I can't remember the name of it. But the guy said a couple people in it. One of the names was Sidney Poitier, and that was the only one I recognized.
Uh-huh.
And I was, like, trying to put it in the computer, and I couldn't spell it.
It's tough, man.
So then the
Poitier?
Yeah. unfortunately, we didn't have it after, and so the guy left, and then my boss said, why did you just have Sidney Poitier spelling you his own goddamn name? And I was like, oh, because I thought it'd be funny.
You didn't know.
But I never, all I'd seen was like John Waters and Cal Ripken. I didn't know any what celebrities. But yeah, Tower Video was great. And then I started doing Second City and getting like small commercial parts. But yeah.
You got an agent?
I got an agent. I did this play out here with Jenna Fisher.
Oh yeah, I like her. I talked to her.
Yeah, she's awesome. And so, but Bob Odenkirk's wife was there, and she was the manager. Yeah,
Naomi Odenkirk. Formerly Naomi Yom Tov.
Whoa,
yeah,
that's a deep cut.
I know her. I go back, man.
Wait, how do you say the last name?
I think it's Naomi Yom Tov, which is good day in Hebrew.
Yom Tov.
Yeah, yeah. She was around New York back in the day. I remember her. Wow. So she was there.
Yeah, and so she wanted to see me do something. She's a manager, and she wanted to see me do something that was like my own. And I didn't know who she was, and I said, "Oh, well, me and my best friend Craig are doing a sketch show at Second City, where it's basically us trying to be like Bob and David." And she's like, "Oh, that's funny, because my husband's Bob Odenkirk." And then I was like, "Well, that's fucking nuts, because my writing partner lives with your sister." Because Craig met this girl Anna on Craigslist, and she was like, "Oh, you guys like Mr. Show? We were watching Mr. Show." Goes, "That's my brother-in-law." And we're like, "Whoa!" So we secretly got their home number, and my friend Craig and I used to get drunk and call Bob Odenkirk and leave like messages like Mr. Show lines.
You did?
Yeah. And I remember telling him that a long time ago, and he's like, "Why would you do that?"
It's a very practical question.
Great question. And I don't know why we do that. I guess just because you could.
Yeah.
Phone numbers used to be like tweeting, where like,
sure.
Oh, I can say whatever I want. I got their number.
Yeah.
I got their number.
So you were living with Naomi's sister? Craig was?
Craig was, yeah.
Craig, what's his last name?
Anstead.
Where's that guy?
Yeah, he's still writing. Yeah, he's still here. Yeah, we came out at the same time, year 2000.
Didn't Naomi have, like, I'm trying to put this together. Mm-hmm. Didn't she have a dude that she represented, a sketch guy, heavyset guy that died?
Yeah, he's my favorite, Jim Zulovic.
No, yeah.
That's the play that Jen and I were doing together. And Jim is the reason why I knew so much about Disco Demolition. And him and Bob were writing a movie about the Disco Demolition.
That was a drunk history episode.
It was, yeah. But, Steve Dahl. And,
yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that was Jim Zulovic. He was one of her first clients. Funny guy, and if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would still be here. He really helped me. He directed my one-man show, and he just, and he put me in this play that I got to meet Bob.
And so Naomi managed you?
Mm-hmm.
Still?
Yeah, still. Yeah.
No kidding?
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
I'm very lucky, man.
And then, but so how does it lead? How does the career unfold? So from her managing you, you work with Bob. Didn't Bob produce something?
Bob produced this show called Derek and Simon. I did with Simon Helberg, who's on The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. I know that guy. The guy with the haircut.
One of the geeks.
Yeah.
He's got a haircut. I think. Yeah, that's a great.
The Jewish guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I like
Helberg,
him. Yeah. Nice guy.
Great guy. Yeah, so we did a sketch show called Derek and Simon for HBO.
Yeah.
Didn't get picked up. Had Zach Galifianakis in it, Bill Hader. It was I liked it a lot.
That's a big shot.
It was a big shot, and we didn't make it.
Yeah.
But it made it to Sundance, and that was like, oh man, we made it to Sundance.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and that was a cool journey. I remember a real drunk night with Bob Odenkirk. And, you're out with a guy that you really look up to, and you're drunk. It's like I don't know. That at that time, I was like, this is so cool. I'm with my hero, and he's fucked up.
Yeah.
And we got back to our place in Utah where we were staying, and we were staying in a house of like 6 or 8 people, and we got home. It was maybe like 1 or 2, and no one was up. And we're just sitting there like, where is everybody? And I look next to Bob, and it's a picture of like a wife and her kids, and I'm like, Bob, we're in the wrong house. We're just sitting, chilling in these people's houses. We have no idea who they are. Luckily.
I love wrong house stories.
Yeah, wrong house stories are great.
We used to,
Whoopsie daisy.
You know who has a lot? You know, where's a lot of wrong house stories from? Levittown in New York.
Really?
Yeah, because all the houses look the same. So, like, I've heard like several like wrong house stories because it was that development. That post-war development.
Yeah, people just walk in.
Yeah, because they all look the same. The houses.
Fuck. I mean, the sound and a bird inside of a house is petrifying, but imagine just somebody walking in, just putting their groceries away, and just has no idea that it's not their house. God, that's fucking scary. Yeah. That's a nightmare. Yeah.
I'm on set. I walk into the wrong trailer sometimes. I'm like, what's happening?
Right. Yeah.
Whose stuff is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's petrifying.
So, all right. So you get all these, and then you start acting because you pop up in a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I did a sitcom called Married to the Kellys. It was an ABC sitcom. That's how I got my 2003 Forerunner. And that was that was making a lot of money for nothing.
How many
funny.
seasons?
One. But it was great. And I'm really glad that it failed because I was 22 and it made me realize this is going to be real fucking hard. This is going to be really hard.
Right.
And I'm glad that it happened 2 or 3 years in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then when it was over, I when that was airing, it was on TGIF on ABC. Like friends from high school, hot chicks like from high school are calling you and leave a message. It was so funny, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Then nothing.
Yeah.
And that's when I started drinking.
But that's when you realize like that there's no like this like even when you hit it, it can just go away.
Yeah.
No guarantees, and you might not get another one.
No, ever.
Yeah. So that's when you started drinking?
Well, yeah, that's when I started thinking about this is going to be a tough. This is going to be tough.
Okay, this is going to be a tough life. I'm going to make it more difficult.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
But it turned out to be your salvation. Your salvation.
It's sad that drinking saved my life.
How much are you drinking?
No, I don't. I'm not like that.
I don't drink.
Now? I don't know. I don't drink during the day. I've never.
I've
never craved alcohol.
That's the
during
best
the day.
you got. That's
how often do you drink? I wait till the sun goes down and the night moves.
Yeah, there you go. Night moves.
It took. Yeah, I was. I wouldn't say like I got. I've never been a heavy drinker.
That song,
huh?
The Chuck Berry song. That was the one from. It was in Pulp Fiction.
C'est la vie?
Is it called C'est la vie?
I'm gonna guess.
Isn't that the one that they would dance to? That Uma Thurman?
Yeah, but that's the actual Chuck Berry one, right?
Right.
Yeah, and Seeger covered that.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know Seeger covered it.
Yeah, last song on Greatest Hits.
So what is the inception of Drunk History? What is the mythology? How does it unfold? It started as a video bit, right?
Yeah, it started as just this could be funny.
Was the first one with Jen Kirkman? First
one was with Michael Cera and the guy narrating, Mark Gagliardi. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the first one, and then Jen was the third one.
Right.
But yeah, and it was just like, oh, this could be funny, and I think there was something when I moved out here. I really don't like when people love to tell you how smart they are. And I remember I remember being at a party and they're like, do you want to play celebrity? And I'm like, God damn, this is the beginning of this fucking life out here.
Yeah.
Playing party games and running charade shit.
Yeah.
I hate it. And so they put in these names at the hats and, you're expecting, Tom Cruise, Tom Selleck, actual famous people. But they started just, all these people I was hanging out with, put in, Spencer Quinton. He invented the yo-yo, or just shit that I was like, fuck you. I don't like when people just, and I also didn't go to college, and I was in a lot of mostly slow classes growing up, so I think I have a
chip on your shoulder.
Yeah, I don't like smart people.
Yeah.
Or I like people that are smart. I don't like people that tell me they're smart.
Right.
And I remember thinking it'd be really funny is someone that thinks they're so smart just getting fucked up and let me find their mistakes.
Yeah, let's find out how smart they really are.
Let me humanize you.
Yeah.
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 Which sounds like a goddamn poison, but I don't know. I just thought, that could be funny once.
Yeah.
I never thought it would be anything except for that.
But then it became. I can't remember the first few, but it was the device as clear. Were you doing it exactly like the produced one, where you had costumes and there were where you were going back in time and
Yeah, it was. I think like the beginning ones were more what I like strive for, and it's hard when you get a TV show. Is that you have a budget, but like I really like it, feeling like a student film, like trying to do reenactments,
right?
Like very like waiting for Guffman, like just like really bad. Yeah. Actors just trying their hardest to like take it seriously. But
that evolved into something bigger.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I'm very lucky. Yeah. It's about to be the 5th season.
And you've done like 50 of them?
Stories we've done like 177. Yeah. So it's,
what, they're 2 a show sometimes?
It's 3. Yeah.
Oh,
3
okay.
a show. Yeah.
And you got some nominations for best costume and weird shit?
We won for costumes, and then we...
for an Emmy?
I won an Emmy for costumes. I didn't. Yeah. I don't do costumes anymore. But I've taken my mom to the Emmys and lost both times. So
what's your mom do?
She's a retired preschool teacher.
Oh, that's noble.
Yeah. She's a great lady. But yeah.
But she probably still had a good time.
Oh, she loved it.
And given your relationship with your folks, you're probably happy she was there when you lost.
Guess what, Derek? The Property Brothers want to be on your program. Who the fuck are the Property Brothers? Hey, man, we met your mom. Like, we would love to be on your show. I guess there are these reality...
I know who they are.
Oh, okay.
Do you have them on?
No, I don't know. Guys that got the Property Brothers. I don't know.
They're
no
pretty
offense.
big. Are they
good? Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they flip houses.
Okay.
Or they do that kind of thing.
They flip houses. Yeah. They should do that.
They do that.
I know, but why do I need to put them on the show? Yeah.
Well, I mean, you'll run out of people eventually. How much, like, I can't do your show because I don't drink.
But you should be in the reenactment.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Did you ask me?
I have, yes.
I thought I remember you did.
You were going to be in one.
Right, but I thought I had a drink, but you wanted me to do the reenactment.
Never drink. No.
How much?
I want you to know, too, how sensitive I am to all that stuff, that, like, I never allow someone to be on the show that, like...
wants to relapse?
Or that I can tell has a problem.
Right.
Like, and I've seen it where people just, I have therapy in my contract for a reason. Like, watching, it's awful. It's a great, if you're like...
You have therapy in your contract?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like you have...
that they have to cover my mental health of like...
Don't you get that anyway with the Writers Guild?
Yeah, but...
Okay, yeah, no, it's nice to have it in the contract. Yeah.
I don't have to pay anyway, getting yelled at by your friends because of this poison that's inside of them fucks your head up.
Really?
Get out of my house. Fuck you. You don't love me. Like,
that
you're
happens?
Just trying to exploit me. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why I drink with them at the top so they feel like we're doing this together.
Yeah.
You're not like monkeying around. I'm not trying to make this a circus. Like, but yeah, it becomes like a cops episode at the end if it's not taken care of.
Really?
Right.
How many times has that happened?
I don't know. Not as much now. Now that I can see when the switch happens.
Yeah.
The switch of like, when a character changes, that's when I'm like, no, we're not doing this. But when they mess up a word or they tell me something they just told me like 20 minutes ago, I know they're drunk. But if they do that look at you, I'm like, oh, fuck that. No. And I think I'm also good at neither one of my parents drink. Never have, never did. And
have you lost friends over this?
Yeah, for sure. For sure I've lost friends. Well, I would say like...
Or you've known people that don't like you anymore.
Oh, no. That's the best part is... it's more that I don't like them anymore. But they, no matter who it is, it's just the proof of the poison. Every single human being that's ever done the show calls me the next day to apologize.
Really?
That's what alcohol does.
Yeah.
And then, or if they don't call me, it's an email. Like, I'm so sorry we didn't get it. I would be happy to like redo it. Like,
there's some that you couldn't use?
No, they don't think they did a good job.
Oh, right.
That's what alcohol does. It makes you feel like shit. It makes you feel bad about it.
Embarrassed.
I'm like, no, you did it. So I always start the night going like, no matter what, by the end of the night, you'll never believe that we have the story, but I promise you, I will not leave here until we have the story.
Has anyone asked you not to run them?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's good.
I've been really lucky with that. And also the trust that I get that no one's like, hey, do you mind if I like see that?
Yeah.
Because, some people say some feisty things when they're drunk that you could do a lot of damage with, but why would I do that?
Right. How much throwing up has there been?
I hate throwing up, Mark.
No, I know. Not you.
I don't want to show it. I don't.
I remember I watched one.
Amount. Yeah, it went the beginning, and it was like that.
Like where someone you had to let them go get sick, and
yeah, I think I was just trying.
Yeah,
I remember someone's like, when I pitch it, they're like, it's a little too much like Jackass. I was like, what?
Yeah,
because they're puking.
Yeah,
but anyway, I don't find puke funny. I do find it funny if someone wants to tell you a story and they're excited about it, and then they puke. And then they still want to tell you the story because I'm not talking to anyone after I puke. I love that. Man,
that's happened a lot?
Oh, yeah. I still got to tell you the story. Like, I know, just clean up, man. Just clean that shit off your mouth. But, yeah, the throw up, yeah, I'm not into that. And now I have this stuff that you take before you drink, and it's just like it hydrates you. It was made for athletes to stay hydrated throughout the game. You take that, and then this charcoal pill, and I've never had a hangover.
You've never had a hangover? Do you make the other people do that?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we have a medic there to do the blowing.
Oh, when they have to leave, you mean?
Yeah, to start it and finish it, and that's a real eye-opener.
Really?
Well, yeah, there's certain numbers that you're like, oh, once they're there, we can't film them anymore. And then people you have no idea are like not acting drunk, and then they blow, and you're like, oh my God. Some people can hold their alcohol.
Yeah.
And those are the people that unfortunately I can't have on the show that much because it's like, it's going to take forever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, I'm not.
It might kill them.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to kill them, and there's just some people hold their alcohol really well.
So this season's all in the can, right? It's
all done. Yeah, all finished. Yeah, this was the most we've ever done. It took 63 weeks to make. It was 42 stories.
Yeah.
I love it, but man, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I just got back from a trip. I took a trip. I drove to the Grand Canyon. Never been there. Went
That's great.
Sedona. Have you ever been there?
Sure.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's not disappointing. Those national Seven Wonders of the World or whatever they are. They deliver.
Yeah, I know. But
Grand Canyon delivers.
I was a dick, and still am, but I was a dick about it where I was always like, oh, I understand what a picture looks like. I understand what it's probably big.
You can't even imagine it. It's stunning.
And I went by myself.
Did you go out on that Indian ramp?
No, I think that's the north.
Yeah.
So I was just on the south.
The north one's the quieter one.
Yeah, I'm going to do that next time.
Yeah.
But you did it? You did the walk?
Yeah. It's great.
Man, it is crazy.
It's beautiful.
What that stuff can do to the human body.
Yeah, you got to go see it before Trump, starts
Takes
drilling
all
everywhere.
of our national forests.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
so
sorry.
It was good talking to you.
Thank you, Mark.
I think we covered it. Who's on this season?
Marc Maron.
No.
Next season?
Yeah.
Okay.
But who's on this one? Who do we look forward to?
Tiffany Haddish is a narrator. Evan Rachel Wood is in there.
Yeah.
Paget Brewster.
Uh-huh.
She's always great.
I got to get Tiffany in here, I think.
Yeah, you do. Have you ever met her?
No.
She's awesome.
I don't think I have met her. I watched her stand-up special.
Yeah, she's really good. She's a really, really nice person.
All right,
fire.
dude.
Thank you, Mark. Was that
great.
okay? Have I forgotten anything?
My
roots?
No, we covered the roots. We covered Bob Seger. We didn't cover the roots of the band.
But just these Baltimore roots.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of questions unanswered.
One
about
real
your
quick
great-grandfather.
thing. I'm like, yeah, who knows who that guy is. I went to the same high school as Divine. I forgot to tell you that.
As Divine?
And Michael Phelps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I left that
That's
out.
the full spectrum.
Yeah.
Do you know John Waters?
I met John Waters once, and I told him, because this is a true story, that my mom, when she was a kid, somebody broke into her house and wrote John Waters was here. We grew up in the same neighborhood. And I told him that, and he was like, I used to break into houses when I was a kid, but I was never that stupid to leave my name. Please tell your mother I did not break into her house. He is the best. This was the first year of 5 that I had to miss John Waters' Christmas, where he 2 hours on stage talks about Christmas.
Yeah.
And it is how many people does that sound exciting to watch?
Yeah.
But tell me if I'm wrong, but any human being that you can just watch and goes, they love what they do.
Yeah.
They love who they are, and they're not arrogant.
Yeah.
They just love who they are.
Yeah.
And he's I don't know, he's the best.
He's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry Levinson's also Baltimore.
Yeah. 2 totally different sides of the tracks. But
and also David Simon.
That's true.
Yeah.
He was on Drunk History. I want him to narrate.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did he drink?
He drank, yeah. And I was like, we're just like, this is just like an in-between sketch where we're just like hanging out. He's like, no, I want to get drunk. So we drank Don Julio and ate Maryland crabs. It was great. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Mark.
Congratulations
I really appreciate it.
on the success.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay, that's it. You can go to WTFpod.com/tour, I believe, to find out my dates. In April, I'm going to London, Dublin, Amsterdam, Stockholm, Oslo, but the dates are there. I should probably know the exact dates, right? Just go WTFpod.com tour. It's the a few parts of the world tour, primarily a vacation. A working vacation, as they say. I'll play some guitar. I think I'm gonna play a lick I've probably played before, like all of them. Boomer